Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you how we're going to use AI to build a bigger pocket scraper. Let's get straight into it. Alright, so I just searched for Houston, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Houston and let's see what the results are. Now I'm going to look for the results that were here. So I'm going to do beginner does, and so we get this forums response. This seems to be where that data is coming from. So now we're going to figure out, okay, how can we replicate this with requests so that we don't have to open the browser? So I'm just going to take this, I'm going to copy it, and then we're going to bring this to Postman. Now that we're in Postman, we're just going to paste the request in. And what I'm going to do is go here to headers and just remove everything we can and see if it still works. So the main thing to remove here is I just remove the cookies, see if we can work without that. And now we're just going to test this. Now to make sure we got the same data, I'm going to look for one of the posts. All right, and so as we can see here, if we go back here, we have this post, does this look like a good house hack? And if I come back here, we get that right here. So now that we have this, we want to create the scraper to do the first part of going to Houston and getting all the recent posts. Then once we get all the recent posts, we want to go into each post and get the data. So let's do the first step. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to go back to cursor, the code editor I use, and I'm just going to paste it in here. And then I'm just going to change this from import request to from curl CFFI import requests. And in previous videos, I've discussed why I use curl CFFI. Essentially just makes these requests much less likely to be blocked, which is really important for what we're doing here. Then I'm going to add here, I'm just going to impersonate Chrome. We're going to remove the cookie. And now we're going to run the script and make sure it's still working. All right, I ran the script, and as you can see, we got a bunch of HTML. Now to make sure this is actually what we want, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Control F and make sure we still get the same data. So here we get the same post, beginner, does this look like a good house hack? So now that we have this, what we want to do is we want to be able to scrape all these different posts information and then collect that data into one centralized format. So I'm most likely just going to get the title, who posted it, when they posted it, and then also the link to the actual post itself. So I'm going to ask AI to basically create that parser for us and give it an example. And this is how I'm going to do it. All right, so from this post, it looks like if we go here, we see it's from Jenny 6 days ago. And the last reply was 1 day ago. So here we have the post title, it seems like. Here, let's see if we can find Jenny's name. I just saw it somewhere, but Jenny. We see Jenny here. We see the title here. So basically just gonna ask AI to parse this response, and then from this response format, be able to pull out all the different posts and the links for those posts. So I'm just going to take this. This should have everything, honestly, but let's see if AI can still figure it out. All right, so this is the prompt. I'm just saying it. I want to create a scraper. Here's what the HTML response looks like. And I'm just telling it to use a common library to parse out the HTML. And I'm using plan mode and Claude Code. So let's see how this does. So it makes a plan. I just approved that plan. And now we're just going to wait for it to finish, and then we're going to test it out. All right, so now I'm testing it out. It's finished. Let's see how it goes. All right, sick. It actually worked first try. And that's not sarcastic, I'm being serious. It actually did work first try. So as you can see, we have the title, we have the URL, let's test the URL. Yeah, it actually does take us to the post. We have the author, Renee, Hossman, posted date, reply count, great. Okay, this is great. So now that we have this, what we want to do is we want to get the specific information from each post. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the post, again, open up the Chrome developer tools. You can do right-click, inspect, or do function 12. So right-click, inspect. And so now what we want to figure out is how can we get the conversations from here. So this is a reply from JD Martin. And as we can see here, actually what I'm going to do is refresh the page. And this is going to show up everything again. So now if I search within this, I'm going to look for, and yet you posted here. I think I'm just going to go for this first one because I think it has everything and may have more information that we can use. Let's see if this can all fit in the context window, but I'm just going to give this all to AI and see how it can parse it. So yeah, now I'm literally just giving the script the full page and seeing how it can react, and I'm just prompting it like, I got the first page correct, so now can I go to each individual page and get all the replies as well. And this is taking a second to paste because it's like 3,000 lines of information, so we'll see how this goes. For the rest of the recording, I'm just going to remove my camera because I realize it's blocking the code. But essentially, as you can see here, basically it's come up with a new plan for what it's going to do in terms of getting the information from each detail page. And this looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to approve this, and then we're just going to wait for this to finish. The script is finished, so now it should be able to go to each post and get the replies and information. So let's just see if it works. Let's go to warp. Let's go down here. Let's rerun it. And it's probably going to take longer now because it has to go to each post, get the replies. Ooh, found 0 replies for each. That's not looking good. All right, so for all these posts, it's saying it found 0 replies. It's still finding the post correctly, but it's not able to get the replies. So let's go back to the browser and let's see if we can figure out how to tell it to properly get the replies. So let's go here. Let's go to Micah A. And he said, you mean it's not pay for post. And so if we come here, where is this located? So it seems to be in these script tags. So if I look for I vote yes to the following. All right, it seems like it's in the script tags. So now, is this the same URL? Okay, this is the URL that we want to be looking for anyway. So now when it loads the URL, it should be looking for the script tags. So let's tell this. All right, so now let's go back and let's get an example. So you mean it's not, so let's copy this. And we're gonna go back to cursor, paste this in. Again, I'm in planning mode, which is just telling it like, take my input, create an actual plan, and then implement from that plan first. So now it's saying it understands the issue. All right, looks like the updates are done, and I didn't want it to test on its own and waste tokens. I'm just gonna test it myself and see the output. So now it's running. Okay, found 4 replies, 6 replies. Okay, perfect. This is looking much better. So let's wait for this to finish and let's see what it looks like. And okay, so the title was help shape the next chapter of Bigger Pockets and earn $50. And then the replies, we have someone from Mike A saying, is the $50 negotiable? We have JD Martin saying, and yet you posted here for free. Okay, cool, perfect. This actually does seem like it's working. We have Jenny's post here, and then we have the replies from Ricardo. Hey, I looked at what you laid out. Okay, perfect. This is actually working really well. So yeah, this looks pretty good. All right, so that's how you create a Bigger Pockets scraper using AI. As you can see, it's pretty simple. What I'll do is I'll leave a link to the code down in the description so you guys can take a look at this as well. And in terms of improving this, there's a lot of things that can be done. Logging can be improved. You could save the results to a database or to a CSV. You could add proxies so your IP doesn't get blocked. You can add AI so that you can do natural language processing and see what people are saying and find opportunities that way. So there's a lot you could do. This is just the beginning point that you can use as a launch pad. But if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.